Hi, I'm Michelle Levine, CEO of Roy Morgan Research. We've just wrapped up week one of the federal election campaign and a number of issues have hit the headlines. At Roy Morgan, we research the issues to find out what really matters to the electorate and, most importantly, where it matters. So during the next weeks of the campaign, we'll be looking at the issues and how they affect the important marginal seats. This week, Julia Gillard headed to Queensland and New South Wales, both key election battlegrounds. And Tony Abbott spent time in Melbourne and Brisbane. The population debate was firmly back on the agenda, and the issue of industrial relations returned to plague the coalition. Based on over 50,000 interviews since the ALP came to government, we find that Australians generally consider the Labor Party better than the coalition for providing fair workplace and industrial relations. 50% versus 31%. Industrial relations is not equally important all around Australia, and our polling shows that this issue might really matter in the key marginal seat of Bennelong. Bennelong stretches along Sydney's lower North Shore and is famous as the seat where Labor's Maxine McHugh ousted former Prime Minister John Howard at the last election. Now, Bennelong might be average in terms of age and gender, but in other ways it's anything but average. Bennelong is affluent, it's confident, people there feel financially stable, and it's socially progressive. 40% of Bennelong electors are in the top 20% of the Australian society in terms of socio-economic status. 51% are in full employment, and self-employed and small business people are overrepresented in this electorate, where the average family income is well in excess of $100,000. In this very marginal Labor seat, that requires a swing of only 1.4% to be returned to the Liberals, some 6% of electors consider a fair workplace and good industrial relations to be the most important issue, and that the coalition is better for this. Now, 6% may not sound much, but if even half these people vote on the issue of industrial relations, the seat will change hands. Turning now to one of the other talking points of the week, population policy, the debate over a big Australia, immigration and border security. The coalition is typically seen by Australians as better than the Labor Party on the issue of security and defence, 48% to 32%. Voters in the southeast Queensland seat of Petrie will be particularly interested in this one. Today, the marginal seat of Petrie takes in suburbs in the north of Brisbane and is held by the Labor Party with a margin of 4.2%. The people of Petrie are on average a little older than the average Australian, and Petrie is definitely a less affluent, lower socio-economic electorate. The average household income is $73,000, and blue-collar occupations are overrepresented here. Attitudinally, Petrie electors are socially conservative, concerned about globalisation, corruption and whether they can trust the Australian government. In this marginal Labor-held seat that requires only a 4.2% swing to change hands, defence and national security are considered the most important issue by 9% of electors, and they also consider that the coalition would be better for this issue. If border security remains important and these people vote on it, the seat could go to the coalition. Well, that's what we're talking about after week one of the campaign. Let's see where week two will take us.